Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about people. Just people in general. I'm not even talking about places or things. I ain't even going to touch that today, but today I want to just talk to somebody out there that's listening about people. Have you ever heard that song? People deliver me from people. I won't point them out. I don't know their name. I won't say their name. I won't point a finger or know which one to blame. It's just people. Just people. Well, people have gotten me to a point where I'm like, listen. Your energy is so important. If you find yourself down in low vibration, your back is hurting, things aren't going right around you, you just feel like you being pulled, or you got attacks that are people that are attacking you, things that are happening in your life, and it just don't feel right. That is people. People with their negative ass energies, right? That are sitting around with nothing to do or watching you and wanting nothing more but the worst for you. People think you really got to pick up a doll and do sticks to hurt people, but you don't. The word clearly says to us that we wrestle against principalities and darkness, not flesh and blood. It's the entities, it's the spirits, jealousy spirit, envious spirit, hatred spirit. I mean, you name it. It makes you not even want to go outside and be around people. Because people can be really, really ugly, shady, and even wicked. I mean, people don't really have to come to your home or into your space to wish something bad on you. People can do it from afar, which is why I'm on here, because I want to tell somebody who's out there, listen, the blood of Jesus Christ is it. You got to stay prayed up. You got to stay covered so you can be protected, right? So you can return it back to the sender, right? God said, send it back to the pits of hell for where it belongs, right? So send it back to the sender, especially when you know attacks are coming, or your energy is low, or things aren't going right, or, negative energies are around you. People that are complaining, whining, doubting, drowning. I mean, it is what it is. Listen, we can't fix people. No, that's a lesson that I learned. We cannot fix people. People are going to be people no matter what, right? But you can choose through free will who you actually deal with or allow in your space. It doesn't have nothing to do with forgiveness. It doesn't have nothing to do with I don't love you. It simply means I have to protect me. I have to protect my space so that I am not caught up in a trap or a web of being a host for the enemy to react or to show any type of negative energies towards anyone or anything, right? I'm not ditching out no hate. I'm not ditching out no envy. I'm not ditching out no gossip. I'm not ditching out none of that stuff that forms a negative spirit, because what I do will return, right? So the more good things that I do with my life or in the world, right, the more better things are going to come towards me, right? And I don't have to worry about all of that extra stuff. Does karma exist? Yeah. Can I be a witness about that? Yeah. Karma is a negative energy, okay? And that is when we say you reap what you sow. Well, you do. It may not come back the way that you may have put it out there, but somehow, some way, karma shows up. And she is ugly, okay? She is ugly. But the good news is to push that off, get through that, and trust God in the process. Obviously, there's a lesson for you to learn, or you held yourself open to having that free will to choose which direction you were going to go, right? Or what you were going to do. But I'm here to tell somebody that you have got to protect your energy so that you don't fall trapped into doing things or saying things that aren't aligned with God. Nobody's perfect. We're all going to make some mistakes or get some hiccups or, things are going to happen, right? But we're not going to speak that. We're going to call it out as though it is already done. Which is my next point, is keeping your faith. Holding on to your faith. Your faith is everything. We often waver. And when I have conversations with people, whether they're family or friends, and I can hear them saying one thing and then they tell me how much they love God and they trust God, but then they are saying X, Y, and Z. I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm not here to judge nobody. I'm here to pray with you, for you, right? Or I'm here to give you my personal opinion. It's up to you to take it. But sis, bro, nah. You said you believe in God. Trust him. Trust him through the process. See, we don't want to go through what we got to go through. We want to get there real quick, right? We want God to work everything out real quick. But there might be a lesson in that. There might be something you need even in the storm, right? So that when you come out the storm, you won't smell like the fire. But in the same sense, even though we're going through, we still got to trust God, right? Job said it best. Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. I got to trust God no matter what. Because if I don't, I'm liable or able to become attached to something that's not of God, right? And then lose my faith, right? That doubt, that fear. The people that be in your ear like, girl, you ain't going to do that. Girl, you can't do that. Girl, where you get that money from? You know what I'm saying? Or girl, or by God. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't love you. Or whatever it is. You know how them negative entities show up. Right? To cause you to doubt what you know God said he gonna do. Victory is already won. The battle is already fought. Justice is always served. One way or the other. So it makes sense to become and stay attached to your faith so that you can move in alignment and walk into your purpose. Listen, I'm not here to preach to nobody. But I'm here to tell you the good news about my God. I'm here to tell you that I've been through some stuff. I found myself in fights that I wasn't even fighting physically, but spiritually. So when I can come on here and testify about what I've been through, because it's my truth and it's my story, is that you got to protect your space. You got to protect your energy. And you can't, you know what they used to say? Don't let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. Don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. Sometimes when you going home from work, you got to make a U-turn and take another route because the enemy is always listening and watching. Maybe I'll send that nice, charming man into her life and get her, right? Or maybe I will block off or send a break, have something be broken. Something's broken in the house, and now guess what? Someone's happy because now your finances got to be, you get what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is you've got to protect your space. You got to protect your life. You got to do the work. You got to make sure you protect it and you cover it. And you got to separate yourself, because if you don't have any boundaries, or you don't know what your own standards are or who God is in your life, then all that craziness will easily show up in your life. And I don't speak that on nobody. I speak blessings on everybody, because I hold no anger, or unforgiveness in my heart for nobody. I don't care what they've done to me. I don't. There was a period of time in my life. Yes. I would be real vindictive. Oh, really? Oh, really? But you know what? What does that get you? It gets you karma. It gets you out of the alignment of God. It gets you to a point where you are things are not working out in your favor and you're questioning God. How you going to question God when you probably put yourself in that? He told you to stay prayed up and be watchful. You think that the word is just there? It is our direction. It is our guide. Again, we're all going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But when you know better, we're supposed to do better. That means I've learned my lesson. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for it all. The good, the bad, the ugly, the great, and the small. Right? Thank you. But if you never learn what's supposed to be learned, you find yourself in a repeated cycle of allowing these people, places, and things to disrupt your path on your journey with God. I'm just saying. So people are wondering, what's going on with me since Dad's death. But I was preparing for it. Not that I'm not hurt. I am hurt. But you know what? I know that I can't stay there, right? And I know that everything that the enemy used for evil towards me, right? God is working it all out for my good. But in the interim of that, I knew that I could not fall in a trap of what they were doing or what they were saying or how they were sending their energy, because I'm on my own path. I'm on my own journey. I'm not here for them. I'm here for God. And if I believe that God will vindicate, that God will send justice, that God will fight my battles, that God will end my wars, that God will make my enemies my footstool, or that God will prepare a place for me, a table for me in the presence of my enemies, then why am I going to indulge in their craziness? What sense will that make? Where is it going to get me? It's going to give them control, because why? He that angers you controls you. If you are walking around with anger and rage, and they controlling you, you can't let people control you like that. They are not that powerful. Again, maybe once in my life, they got to me. People got to me. Things got to me. But when I learned my lessons, when I learned who has control over my life, and how when I spoke the word was real and it came to pass because I believed and walked in it, despite, and God showed out, I knew that I had to work this thing out, that I had to take time to work on me, that I had to take time out to stay focused, that I couldn't be entertained or distracted by the crazy stuff or craziness that surrounds me. And this don't even have to do with just the period of time with my dad, just life in general. I look back and I'm like, wow, God, you are so amazing. I remember when, oh my God, like you have kept me protected all this time, even from myself. Because although God says ask, right, and you shall have, sometimes we ask for things that we don't even understand. We really don't want that. That if we knew what God knew, we wouldn't be asking for that. Right? So to thank God for that, that's huge. So for me, I had to make sure that I had to do the right things in my own life so that I can stay in position. Because every time the enemy tries to come at me, I'm calling on the blood of Jesus. So they could do and say and act, but remember, your negative thoughts, your negative stuff that you got sitting here, or, anything that is not of God that sent my way, I return it back to the sender. I plead the blood of Jesus. I know who fights for me. And listen, you don't want to play with God, because I certainly don't want to play with God. And I do not take advantage of God's grace and his mercy on my life. I am grateful. I am thankful. And because of it, I can come on here and say it's my story. It's my truth. People, places, and things, right? We wrestle not against flesh and blood. My family that was acting out, that wasn't my family. That was the entities that were sitting within them, that they allowed to come into them to do the work of the enemy. Well, if I talk about her and then I go over there and start talking, she gonna chime in, and then she gonna be a part of it, and then we got this whole clique, and yeah, we all up against her, and then yeah, we gonna shame her, or yeah, we gonna talk about her, or yeah, we think we gonna hurt her, oh yeah, we go. And guess what? You're working for the enemy. How could you win when I'm rolling with God? So the reason why I'm really on here again is to say you've got to protect your energy. You got to protect your space. And you must know that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against darkness and principalities. And because of that, you got to be so inclined and so in tune with God, whoever you believe in, the universe, right? You've got to believe in your heart that God got you. And that whatever the weapon that's being formed, it will not prosper. Return it back to the sender in peace, back into the pits of hell for where it belongs. And keep on going. Don't even entertain the distractions. Don't even entertain any of that, because guess what happens? You feed the vampires. You feed the energy vampires. The energy vampires are those that come into your life to bring havoc, that come to drain you, piss you off, make you mad, put you in your low vibrations, have you doubting yourself. I mean, all kind of stuff, to the point where you on your low and now they feeling good. Have you ever noticed that? All of a sudden they like, and you down? They're called energy vampires. They exist. They exist. They exist. So don't be letting people in your space. Don't be letting people, distract you and come in and try to take you off your course. You stay on your course. It's your course. It's your journey. It's your life. Listen, God needs us to go through half of these things we go through so that we can come back and tell somebody. Because this might help somebody. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. It is what it is. But I'm on here to tell somebody. Protect your space. When things don't look right, things don't feel right, and you feeling like you being attacked, and attacks are coming from every angle. Negative chatter all around you. People whining and complaining and all of those things. Like, those are negative energies. Pull yourself away from them. Listen, I love you, but I gotta go. I'll talk to you another time. Ooh, that sounds a lot. But you know what? I'm going to pray for you. I got to go. Protect yourself. Protect your space. Protect your peace. I love y'all. But as I always say, God loves y'all more.